Hey guys, so this is my first ranked match, placement match, against Lamb Musacro. It's on ancient spires. We are playing Mongols and he's playing as Chinese. So we're gonna go for a stable rush. So from what I could read from the patch notes, it was saying that early horsemen had +1 damage. So I wanted to test out the new damage with the horsemen. It appeared to me that they didn't actually get that buff, but let's check it out. In terms of our spawn, we have a great spawn. Our stones nearby. We have a safe stone in the back as well. Right next to our gold here, berries right next to it, and wood line. So we have a really good starting spawn here. One villager immediately on the stable, two villagers immediately on the wood, and everyone else on the food. Villager that finishes the stable back on the food. And we're cranking out our first horseman. If you look at his spawn, his gold is far. Both golds. He has two golds though at least. So one tower should protect both of these. And a front stone, so a little bit kind of dangerous stone. The first horseman is out for us at 109. It's a little bit late. Um, but yeah, let's look at the horseman real quick. So eight damage. So I'm pretty sure they got buffed. 8 melee damage. I'm pretty sure that's buffed. Do villagers have 1 armor? Villagers do not have any armor, so I should be able to do full 8 damage. Anywho, we sent our Khan over immediately to scout, and we spotted his gold. So we knew he was already collecting gold. Let's actually look at current resources. Must have got a Imperial official. So we're hitting him now at around the 2-minute mark, so a little bit late. And it's doing... It looks like it's doing 7 damage. That's kind of crazy. See, I'm a little confused. He did 7 damage to this villager. And, this villager's got 26, so there's 24 missing damage. So, that's a little weird. 24 is definitely a dividend of 8. You know what it must be? The spear is 7. The spear is 7 damage. And the saber, when we're in melee combat, is 8. That's just what I'm gonna assume. We'll see once we start getting into some more battle here. But the main thing is here, what we've done is we forced the barracks. So we knew he was gonna pump out a barracks, and we're gonna setting back his ideal kind of boom right now because we forced him into a barracks now, and he's got to get a little bit more. Actually, he's got enough wood to start training his first spearman, so he might be training it right now. Let's check. He is not training it right now. Oh, his scout ran into our base here too, so that was a nice little pickup for us. Over here we were starting to finish up our sheeps, and luckily we had this berry patch close, so we're just collecting berries. We move our gird nearby. There's his first spearman coming out. Right, this is what I want to see. Saber 8. Anyhow, this is just a little bit weird. I have to do some more testing on that and see why that first hit was only 7 damage. Anywho, we're aging up with Deer Stones at the 430 mark, and he's starting to age up too. Because he went for Imperial Official, his age up timing wasn't super delayed, but it was affected because he did go 3 Spearmen. which is comparable to what we did in terms of our military as well. The big thing too is, I mean, he's got this close spawn, so if he had gone fishing ships, he probably would have been safe. If he builds a dock anywhere inside this radius, if he builds a dock over here or a dock over here, I'd build a dock right here personally. It's out of my TC range basically. But we also get our Uvu up late, but it's going. Um, yeah, it's kind of nice to get the early horsemen, but the more I've been playing, the last season, I was starting to finish up the season with almost always fast feudal into Mangudai, about 4 to 6 Mangudai, with the possibility of a stable follow up, but 100% into second TC. So, excuse me. So here we're just going up. We're just checking out in terms of our vision, trying to keep a little bit of tabs on him with our small military that we have. We are starting to bank up a bunch of wood here. Now that we have aged up, though, we're gonna drop a archery range and a blacksmith, I believe, and then we're gonna save up for our second TC. He's walling the north of his base, and yeah, we pulled 2 of our villagers from berries. I do like the shift click indicators. It kind of helps us figure out what's happening. And we're just going on to our vision here. We've seen the Barbican, so we're just chilling out here, just kind of waiting to see, what he's got. And we see he's got 3 spearmen, so we're not going to be able to raid this, especially with the Barbican right there. And we're just massing up a little bit of cavalry just in case. Chinese players have a tendency to go mass Jugonu, Chukonu, and so they go mass Jugonu. Best thing we can do is go with them up against with cavalry. We fall back here. A little bit of an engage, but we are starting to build double produce Mangudai, and we do have our blacksmith up. This was shift clicked, so I don't know why they idled after the blacksmith. Doesn't matter too much. Our secondary TC is taking a little bit longer than I would like. And when I go up to the second TC, I usually like to go up to like 11, 12 villagers on wood. So that's part of this, why this was so late. A little bit overcommitted into food. I was kind of expecting a Juanu push. So that's why I was kind of committing into food, because I wanted to be ready for that. I do see a scout here, and we're going to cut him off. It appears they changed the scout movement speed. 1.62. Mangudai, 1.62. It felt like we were faster than the scout. Or maybe they changed the turning speed of the Mangudai, because it just felt smoother. Not sure. We finish out our berries here, so we do have to commit 100 wood under a tower out here, and we're gonna move our girl over. I mean, I guess we don't have to commit 100 wood for tower, but it's definitely the safer thing. And it also gives you the yam, so that's pretty important too. If we look at the whole map here, we got a decent mass of Mangudai. We're trading a couple more, and we're trading a horseman. He's walled off the south side, and he's finished walling off this north side. So he's made a nice little choke point here between his TC and this Barbican of the Sun. So he's sitting pretty right there. He's got plenty of gold, and he's stacking up on the wood here. Our eco is at 32. He's he's Tang Dynasty? Why is he Tang Dynasty, though? Oh, okay. Okay, it said Tang, now it's Song. And so yeah, I was gonna say he's definitely Song Dynasty. Um, he's at 34 villagers, but he's gonna start cranking out villagers. So we've got a villager. We're actually the fact that we're pretty much par with his villagers is pretty good because that means he's been committing into military and stuff, and we kind of pushed him off kilter. But this is what I was talking about. They Chinese players love to go Jugunu. It's a good play. It's not like it's a bad play at all. So that's why we have a nice mass of cav, and it's only 4 horsemen, but 4 horsemen against 10 Jugunu, it's a good fight. You know, we might lose it, but it'd be pretty close. And we've got a nice mass of 6 Mangudai here. And we check out we scout around his north. We know he's walled off. We do see this dock coming up, so we're gonna rotate our horsemen to start burning on this wall and see what we can see in terms of his military. And we do see an archery range, so I figured that he was massing up Jugunu at this point. And yeah, back at our base, you can see that our food is at 1100, our gold is at 200, so we're way overcommitted in terms of food production. Our second TC should have been up already. So, you know, there's games where I'm at 11 minutes, I'm hitting Castle Age after, and I've already got my second TC. So, it's definitely just this a mismanagement of macros. All it is. I have no reason to be up at this much food. I'm not going to use it. I'm not casting up. I don't have the gold for it. I've been building some troops and stuff, but I'm not building them consistently. So, you know, if I'd been going mass Mangudai throughout this, yeah, sure. And I mean, I had the possibility because I have this resources, but it just shows that I was mismacroing here. And that's why when I build the second TC, I just pulled these 13 food villagers. I need the wood. I don't need any more food. I'm, you know, way too much food. So remacroing onto gold here. I'm gonna macro this TC on the wood and put these villagers back on food. So overall, I mean, this was kind of macro in terms of expecting more military presence on his part. But storing up this much food and gold for this long, I think, is pretty. It's not the best way to play. It's not efficient to have that much resources bank. So that was a little bit of a mistake on our part, and we got kind of lucky that we had enough pressure on him that we had basically turtled him into his base. If we see his vision, yeah, this is what he can see right now, which isn't much at all. He's going up to 50 eco, and we are 40 eco. So he does have a village elite at this point, and he's finishing up his castle age right now. That castle, and at which point I was also going tapping up a step readout, and I'm gonna pull these 14 food villagers onto here. You know, the 10 villagers that had mine in gold, and we're gonna tap up faster with these 24. Again, I felt like I had plenty of food. Sure, it dropped down now because I was building a couple more troops, and we're not producing right now. But I felt like getting up to castle and getting my tech upgrades since I've gone to castle was really important to close down that timing. So turn in real quick with these villagers here, and that's so we can get our superior mobility upgrade. We're gonna need it probably for this gird here shortly, and then finishing out this gold vein, we're gonna want it. These buildings here, sometimes you know you're gonna want it. It's something that around this point of the game, superior mobility is important to have and ready to go, and not be an afterthought. So we've got a bunch of villagers in queue, 10 villagers in queue. Our cav is starting to mass up. You can see our eco is at 48 and 18 military, and he is at 54 eco and 16 military. So his eco has fallen behind his 10 villager advantage. He's kind of slacked on a little bit. Well, it kind of slowed down a little bit because we also have now 2 TCs, so we're actually competing with him and catching up a little bit. And his military is pretty small at this point. He's just focusing on trying to boom. I don't. It doesn't look to me like he's going for imp or anything like that. It looks like he's going for knights. Oh, I didn't even realize. Yeah, so he sends lances around the flank. He picks off 1 villager. We garrison here. And after we garrison, he does a pretty good job of pulling his knights off in a way. A little bit unfortunate here. We're tapping up our prayer tent, and he picks off our villager building this prayer tent. Over here, we do pull back our Mangudai mass. We got 10 of them basically, including the Khan, and we've got our veteran upgrade. So the veteran upgrade is really important to get during castle. It really flips the script on being able to win these fights. And we are starting to have our own lancers out at the same time. And we catch up to these guys. I think he doubles back because we lose him for a little bit. And while we were doing other stuff on the map, we were chasing him, and I think he just doubles back because we lose track of him at one point. And we are getting our veteran horseman, which is gonna be important since we got a big army of horsemen. Yeah, see, we're going for the cutoff here, and he doubles back. Good move on his part. So I'm looking for him. I don't see him here, so I'm like, oh, he must have doubled back. So I pick up these walls just in case, and I start heading back. I think I started heading to this middle area. In terms of vision, we have started to sprawl a little bit across the map. We're taking these our troops here, and we're starting to burn down these palisade walls. We see him starting to tap up these stone walls, so we're gonna try to contest that. He pulls these lancers over, but they're a little bit out of the aggro area, so they're not actually fighting us. But we do see him, and we are bringing our Mangudai back to deal with it. And we try to burn down some stone walls before he can tap them up. He does a good job of selecting his micro and just finishing the walls that are important. And prayer turn is up. We have our first our first relic is getting picked up, and we pick up those knights. Minimal damage on one Mangudai, got him to about 50 health, 50% health. So yeah, I mean they were already weak, but the Castle Age Mangudai just really starts shredding. Outpost is up. Let's just check out the full map here. In terms of stone, he's collected a bunch of stone too, so he could definitely be looking to drop a castle. Those stone walls must have ate up a bunch of stone, and he must have been getting a placement somewhere. I'm not sure where the rest of his stone got put into. I don't know if he's got another TC. Oh, okay, yeah, wow. Yep, he's got another TC right there. So if we look at our eco, 56 eco, 33 military, and he has 79 eco, 80 eco to 21 military. So yeah, he's got a much bigger eco than us at 80. So this is when it starts moving forward. If you can see with our vision, we see him moving up. He's pulling 11 villagers to build. He's got really small army. It looks kind of scary because he's got a couple spearmen, a couple knights, and the mass, but it's really not that impressive. The big thing is that he's got these 11 villagers tapping up behind it. But you can see when you bring your Mangudai here, they kind of just automatically target villagers before they. Really nice. Because it's good for stopping these kind of fast keep drops. So we're able to from getting this keep up, and we pretty much wipe his army here. Our villagers are up here collecting food on the boar. We lose a couple of villagers, but that's in our favor actually to make sure we're all fully collecting on the board at all times. He almost walls our monk out of the here, and we would have had to walk around. But we were able to do it in time, and we're going to start burning down this palisade wall. We're still rallying troops down here. Since he was building a castle down here, I just want to change my rally point. I want to be able to contest that. We got Mangudai. We got a couple scouts in production. Air slits up here just in case he goes for berries. And I wanted to be able to shoot this villager. And there we go, it's shooting the villager. And over here, you know, he pulls this force again. Winnable, it might be, but the 6 spearmen are going to be pretty painful. So no need to take this, so we just fall back. You know, we're in a fine spot. And since we just got the more mobile army, we're gonna just start burning down Palisade here, and we get a good vision of his eco that's booming. Our Mangudai come here, start burning down some of these fishing ships. Nice little damage. And now that his Chokanu have rotated, we're gonna rotate up to this granary or this mill. Behind this, we've going up to 6 stables, got up to 4 ranges, so trying to keep a little bit of a ratio there. Picking up our 3rd relic, and we're going to split up our monks to pick up the 4th and 5th. We burned this down. There's a spearman that came across here we were able to pick off. Unfortunately, you can see, yeah, his Shogun are fighting our Mangudai. We fall back a little bit there, and we're just kind of burning down here. And our Mangudai are kind of picking off some villagers. Unfortunately, we're losing pretty much all of our Mangudai because of this. But we do dive here, and we've gotten quite a few kills. So our eco's at 71, and his eco is at 75. So he had a big villager lead on us, and like probably around 20 villagers, and equalized it now, which is really big. Didn't realize I was doing other things. I just left these guys to get out and do as much damage as they could and distract as much as they could. But I didn't realize there was a clock tower and Master Bees here. Okay, so we almost took that out. Our Khan we did save, and he scouts out a defensive keep. And we also see that he's built his outpost on the stone outcropping over here. So we're starting to burn this down. And we are massing up Mangudai again. Our army's a little bit scraggly looking. We do take a stone from his side with this Ubu. We are picking up the last of the relics. He tries to fight us here. We've got 5 knights to his 5 knights, but the difference is his knights were focusing on a scout. So likely that we win this. And we're able to snipe that nest of bees. A little bit of a miss micro on his part. He definitely could have turned and shot us. Got a little bit of money back on that. We got a nice mass here with these 9 knights. You can see our military count. We are 25, and he is at 21. So we've got a little bit superior military. But the big thing is he's only got 7 knights, and the rest of Chokanu. Versus us, we've got 12 knights. So we've got the knight advantage. And Mangudai, sure, we're a little bit behind in compared to his Chokanu count, but they're again, the premium compared to Chokanu. 1v1, the Mangudai is going to win. And kind of weird that he walls us up over here, considering he already walled over here. So I'll say this is a little bit of wasted resources on his part. I think he's just kind of getting affected now. And this is where he kind of starts pushing us again. He's got 10 knights, and we've got 12, and a horseman. And but we've got a bunch of Mangudai, and we've got 3 more horsemen coming. Pulls a ton of villagers here, 24 villagers. So I see this, I figured that this is going to be the hit, and what we do is we drop our defensive area. You can see that bonus is still going through, and it's finally it's worn off, but it really turns the tides on us for this battle here, and we have more troops flooding in. So after this fight, we've got more than we started with in terms of cav. Our Mangudai numbers are a little bit withered, but he kind of idled his villagers here, wasn't able to get them going. And yeah, we were able to kind of shut him down and maintain him in a corner throughout the match. So for our first place in the match, it went really well. And yeah, it was a good match. It was a good warm up for season 3. So I am starting to find I've been playing a little bit of skirmishes against the AI as Ottomans. An interesting civ. They definitely have a lot of with the free units and stuff. It's interesting how you can play them. You also get 200 free starting wood. So there's definitely a really mean immediate barracks tower rush play that you can do with them. So we'll kind of look into that a little bit and feel them out a little bit more. But yeah, we'll be probably just doing mostly quick matches with them until we get a little bit better with them. Same with the Malians. Malians also seem to have some interesting potential. The amount of free eco you can get. Well, it's not free, but the passive eco you can get with cattle and the trade bonuses that's really strong, and the pit mines. It's really interesting what we're going to be able to do in terms of the eco with both of those new civs. So we're definitely going to feel it out and try to make a couple build orders for those down the road. But yeah, so that was our first match of ranked, and we got 4 more to place. It's also cool that there's going to be team rank too. That'll be fun to start playing 2Vs, 3Vs, and 4Vs and stuff. See if we can get some fun team games going. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all on the next one.